RIP front lip back. Good morning, everyone. We are out at our final event of the year at Friendsgiving, and well, we got a full Michigan welcome. We have snow on the ground, and yeah, so welcome to some Michigan drifting. It is freezing out, but we're gonna send it with the car and have a good time. I'm gonna walk over to the driver's meeting and see what we got going on today. Shout out to Jake from Gym Sport. I didn't record it, but dude, the cold start, literal cold start on this guy. I mean, it's literally below freezing, and the cold start on E85, this car started up no problem. So shout out Jake from Gym Sport getting that cold start tune down. As definitely a little chilly. We're gonna have some fun. It's gonna be a little cold in the car today. This car doesn't have AC or heat, but you know, turn her off for a little bit, she can run a little bit. Actual course itself, as of right now, doesn't look bad. It actually looks pretty cleaned off. Looks like we don't have much snow on it. As long as you stay on the course, we should be good. It's gonna be cold, obviously. So this is obviously my last event of the year. Kind of just scrounging around for like the last couple tires we have, and the only tires I have left are some Kendas that are 70% tread life on them, so we should get some good laps. Yeah, so these Kendas have a lot less sidewall than the XLRs we've been using, so this is my first time driving on the Kendas without the sway bar connected. I think we're gonna start probably like 30 PSI and see what happens, and go from there. I don't know if you guys can tell, but my first challenge of the day is figuring out how to not get my glasses to fog because it's so freaking cold. That's gonna be first challenge, and probably gonna have to drive a little bit with the windows down to get these glasses to defog. Yeah, challenge number one of the day. Alright, so we're off for our first run of the day. Missed that first zone, that's okay. We'll go ahead and slow e-brake, enter into the rest of the course, and you know, first lap out, so we're just trying to feel out the track. It feels like there's some grip, especially in the first part of the track. And that last part of the track is probably the loosest. But again, just kind of figuring things out. Not too happy with how the car feels. Missed this first zone again. Okay, it's fine. Do another one. Car is feeling twitchy. Using a lot of e-brake on transition to kind of calm it down, but we make it through the run okay. All right, third run out, we keep missing this first zone, so I'm like, okay, I mean, I do the rest of the run okay, but that's bugging me. Like, I'm usually way better at hitting that first zone, so let's go run fun number 4. Throw it a little harder. Nope, don't hit the zone. Got a double e-brake on either side of the initiation. Alright, how about run 5? Gotta throw it a little harder. Let's see how this goes. Yeah, so not so hot. Did end up getting out a little bit to that zone, but by the time I transitioned back, I was going way too fast and had to bail mid-transition, and well, I bailed straight because there's no wall. Definitely not an ideal start to the event. Yeah, let's check the damage. Well, damage ain't that bad. I just pushed out the corner light and we broke our lip. That's unfortunate. We can get another one of those. I'll live. Man. Yeah, so, just gotta put her back. Looks like, you might, everything else looks okay. Definitely a hard hit, but I mean, everything else looks like it passed okay. That's frustrating, man. I don't know what happened there. It didn't do what I thought it was gonna do, and then it went straight, and at that point I had to put on the brakes, and you know, when you put the brakes on, nothing good happens. So, alright, gotta fix this. Alright guys, got our RIP front lip back, what's left of it. But dude, our fog lights are in 100% one piece. Let's freaking go. Talk about luck. eBay fog lights for the win. We're not gonna be putting them back in for now just because there's not really a big reason to. One of the black folders came off, but it's fine, it's whatever. This one's still in there from what it looks like, but it's all good. We're just gonna run without it right now. We don't have a ton of time until snow comes. Quick zip tied this guy up just so he kind of stays up for now. And yeah, we're just gonna send it with the broken splitter for now. I'll put a little bit more oil in the car. Not gonna lie guys, this turbo's on its last legs, so it's definitely burning some oil now. But all right, let's go send it for some more laps. All right, throwing it back out, getting it back out there. And as you can see, it's pretty rough on our first entry back in. I can tell watching back at this that I'm definitely rattled from going off track. I thought I was done with that, you know? So I'm just trying to test the feel. The car doesn't feel like it wants to do what I want it to do, and I'm not doing probably the right things to make it do what I want to do. Like I'm barely drifting and I'm still like fighting the car. I mean, it's so bad that I do this. I loop it again. Alright guys, so I looked underneath the car, couldn't find anything out of the ordinary in terms of like anything loose or that looked bent or out of line at the time. So what I'm doing is taking out some PSI in the front. We were at 40 in the front, which I mean is a bit high, so we're gonna drop it to 35, see if that helps a little bit. I don't know what it really was, but it just felt like I had no, like it was reacting faster than it normally does. It didn't feel right, you know. I don't know, I don't even know how to explain it. I felt like I didn't have any control really when I was like transitioning and stuff, and it felt really weird. So I'm hoping that it's not like steering rack's messed up or something, but we're gonna try another run, a little bit lower PSI in the front here, and then we'll kind of see where we're at from there. Man, yeah, kind of a frustrating day, but you know, it is what it is. You know, we're just kind of throwing around, seeing what we can, you know, making the most of this last event of the year, and cars kind of needs to be gone through anyways, so that's what we're gonna be doing. It's off season, but yeah, I was just trying to get one more event out of her. But yeah, no, we'll see where this goes. So we go ahead, go back out, see if anything is going to be improving, and basically I kind of figure out how to drive the car. Obviously we missed that first initial zone again, but starting to get my mojo back a little bit on this run, and a lot of it's just going to be driving conservative. I know the problem now of why the car is feeling like this, and it's going to be pretty self-explanatory, especially to me, once conditions change on the track, for example. But again, this is a very conservative run on this track, but we're making it through. We are drifting the track, leaking pretty much all of it. A little over-rotation there, but we get out of it and come out with a solid run. And then I go back into the pits and put my bumper back on. Alright, back out on track, and it's now very snowy, and this is my first run out. Looped it. So after looping it, we do a couple more laps, and eventually kind of start getting the hang of it. And what happened is, the track's starting to lose grip here, and we're starting to get confident, the car's starting to feel normal again. And if you guys remember last event, I was running 40 PSI in a much less grippier tire, at least on the forward fight department. And now we're running 30 PSI in a grippier tire. And as you can tell, we did not have the greatest of times. Absolutely beating the crap out of this car, I love it. But, yeah, obviously as soon as the track started losing grip, car started feeling better again. And if I would have just upped the tire pressure in the beginning, I probably would have felt fine all event. But now that we're losing grip, we're starting to have some fun. soon after, we actually get a guy, Zane, to want to tandem with us. So this is my first ever tandem at Jackson Speedway, and obviously you can't see him because he's behind me, but actually turns out okay. They also switched us back to single lap instead of double lap, which we just saw earlier because of the weather. But yeah, solid run, and Zane was there behind me, and it worked out pretty good. Now, this is like, I think, a lap or two later, and I'm just gonna let you watch and see what happens. Notice my screen is off. So yeah, first time, you can hear me kind of clicking the starter, got no juice whatsoever. Obviously an electrical issue, and yeah, welcome to my first time getting towed off track. As you can see, it is snowing, and we figured out the issue. So, popped my cherry for first time being pulled off track. Don't want to make that a habit, obviously. So the battery terminal was like literally chilling down there. So just gotta put this puppy back on, test her out. As you can see, the snow is like full on coming down now. But actually did a tandem lap or two with a guy. He was like, "Yo, you want to do a lap?" I'm like, just give me room. I'm slow. And no, dude, it was freaking awesome. Like, dude was right there. So stoked to get some tandem practice in. I mean, I'm gonna see if I can drive with some people here in a little bit. Just checking out how the track is going, but we'll see if we can do a couple more laps. Alright, I'm gonna fix this. It's time for tandems now, and this is my first ever chase lap at Jackson Speedway. Shout out to the guy in the BRZ, unfortunately I don't know the guy's name, for letting me tandem. And I gave him space here on the run up, but luckily we're able to cut those corners at Jackson and suck right up, and honestly not bad for a first chase run. Right there, and had some fun, and the dude had a good lead lap, so that helps. Alright, I think this is 3 laps later, and yeah, first big mistake on Jackson. And Zane is also following us, the guy that chased us earlier, and luckily he's a good driver. You'll see why. Yep, just too much e-brake, and away she spun. Thank you, buddy, for not hitting me. And now we're going to be chasing Zane in the 350Z. Again, too much space on the entry here, but we're able to close it up. And as you can see, we're also limited on our viewing, just based on all the snow on the windshield. But we were able to see, at least, or at least I was. Yeah, so making it work. I'm having a lot of fun just laying into the throttle and going nowhere. It's a fun way to just step on it and you go nowhere. Now we're chasing Rob in his Corvette. Funny story, shout out Rob. I actually filmed him many years ago in his Mustang, and it's kind of cool to come full circle. Great lead driver. I probably am giving him too much space, but we catch up here at the end. Again, it's just, for me, it's just learning the process, following different cars. That Corvette definitely had some decent forward bite in the rain. Alright, so now we're off chasing this red 350Z. This is just some examples of me learning to avoid people. So here's one where he spins, and I am able to just shut it down before I get there. And here's another example of, you know, same area, but able to react a little bit differently because I was in a different process at the time. I was mid-transition, or I hadn't transitioned yet. Sorry, and then I was able to go around. So kind of learning how to deal with different scenarios, which is good to do. Another run with Zane, a little bit closer. And I'm really conservative on the entry part, just to make sure I can kind of stay with the guys, and then kind of jump in on the last corners. A little bit too much angle on that transition, but again, able to suck back up and finish the run off. Here's a run with that red or orange 350Z, whatever it is, that we drove with earlier. This time he doesn't do a good run though, and honestly had a bunch of good runs. Probably giving a little bit too much space, but the nice thing is we're able to suck up here at the end. For me, it's just, again, it's learning how these different cars going to handle and watching and observing for now. We'll start jumping in next year. Again, conservative entry. This was again following Zane, but I thought this was a good run to kind of end it off with. Get a little close there. A little early transition, but we make it work with the e-brake and end it off. Now it's time for a montage. Enjoy.
For Christmas is you. Yeah. I don't want a lot for Christmas. There is just one thing I need. Don't care about the presents underneath the Christmas tree. I don't need to hang my stocking there on the fireplace. Santa Claus won't make me happy with a toy on Christmas Day. I just want you for my own, more than you could ever know. Make my wish come true.
Well, everything was going just peachy until I decided to do my first 4-car tandem. And of course I'm leading, so we got 3 cars behind me, and things were going swell until this corner. Yeah. End up just over-rotating, and I tried to save it. It was, that was a tough one, because car 3 and 4 in the train ended up hitting each other. I think the 350Z broke a tie rod. I mean, luckily we were able to help him get back on the trailer, but like, yeah, this is the absolute drive of shame, because I just couldn't hold it on that final corner. And man, part of it partially is because of the lack of a real angle kit on the front. Really, when I tried to compensate, it just grabbed the inside wheel and made it worse. So yeah, I didn't know really what I could have done differently in that scenario, other than just not throwing it in as hard as originally. But you know, this is the aftermath of that, and that kind of finished off our event. Well, this is the end of the event. Wow, holy smokes. It's a tale of 2 events, honestly. I was struggling those first couple laps, and I don't know, just something clicked. As soon as like the snow came down and the track became a lot slicker and really more consistent, it was consistently wet the whole time, and I was able to just kind of get my own and actually drive the car how I wanted to drive. And I don't know if necessarily my issues in the beginning necessarily were steering. It might have just been all confidence on my end, or maybe I was just getting in my head after going off on track there. That was interesting. I'm not even competing, I'm already battling the mental side of drifting, and like when you mess up and like going back out there and making sure that you can get this right and actually get it down. But yeah, no, what of an event, man. Like, first time tandeming in rainy weather or snowy weather. I had some really cool tandems in there, and this track is very interesting because I thought it would be really hard to tandem, but it really, and at least when it's wet, I don't know necessarily when it's dry yet, but when it's wet, this track is super fun to do tandems because there's areas that you can cut the course and keep up, especially if you're left behind. And that was a really cool aspect of the tandeming I didn't think about doing here, because I thought it would be really hard because how like narrow necessarily this track is, but it really isn't, and it's a lot of fun. Even though we were only doing like short course, like I had a blast, man, and you got to drive with some really good cars. With that being said, this is not all what's the word, roses and fairies and roses. It was actually the only 4-car train I did, and I was leading, and I over-rotated on the final corner, and unfortunately the back two guys hit each other, and man, I felt bad. I think the 1350Z, he broke a tie rod. The other one I think was okay, but helped him get up back on the trailer, but I felt so bad. It was like I had done so many good lead runs, and that was like the first one I'd really kind of messed up on, and that was frustrating. But it's drifting, you know, that's kind of the risk you take. A couple of people spun in front of me, and I was able to avoid them, but usually I was keeping it to 2 to 3 cars, just for, you know, because I didn't want something like that to happen, right? And of course, the first 4-car train I do, I'm leading and I mess up, and I feel bad for those guys if they're watching. Like, apologize. That was tough, but other than that, man, like I got actually something really cool to show you too. Let me grab this. Look what I got. I got driver of the day. I kind of knew about this, but I also kind of didn't. Michigan Drift kind of picks out their driver of the day, or driver they thought did like maybe improved, or like they're really proud of, or something, and they did something really cool. And yeah, I got it today for how, and it must be because of how terrible I did this morning, and then all of a sudden I can drive again. It was weird, man. Again, I still didn't necessarily figure out what was my issue. It might have just been I needed to air up the Tandems a little bit more than I thought I would need to. Just because they're that much more forward, but I mean, they didn't have a ton of side. That was the only, you know, trade-off. But yeah, this is actually really cool. I'm actually really proud of this. Huge thanks to the Mid-Michigan Drift guys. You know, Tyler Koki was the one that gave me this, and I'm sure the other guys had some input too. But it was funny. One of the guys that was like Ray, he actually was the guy that told me, he's like, hey, just enter a little wider, which I kind of was trying to do. The car wasn't getting out there when it was dry, but in the wet, I started to go do that, and I mean, the car felt right at home, and then I was getting on limiter all the way basically into entry and stuff, and it was man, it was really cool. It's been a tale of two events, and it's crazy the ups and downs that you go through. I mean, this is my first event that I got pulled off the track just because the battery came off, one of the terminals came off. And so I put that back on, and yeah, man, it's other than that, I mean, I got my money's worth out of this turbo that is dying. The car was definitely smoking a bit out of the tailpipe. I'm pretty sure turbo seals are going out on it, which we knew. Like, we knew this turbo was going out, and I got my money's worth out of this event, man. We were on limiter all the freaking time, and man, huge shout out to Gem Sport and Jake for the absolutely fun limiter that's on this car now, and people were it was turning people's heads, I'm sure. I got a couple compliments on the car, which is actually really neat. For me, it's still hit or miss. You know, I think the note of the actual engine could be better, but the limiter is a fun part of this. And yeah, no, had a great time. The car is absolutely caked in ice and snow and whatnot, and yeah, I mean, there's a lot of work to do in this car for next year, and we're gonna go over that in a future video. But oh, it's just happy. I'm just happy, man. Like, I was having a rough event at the beginning there, and I just couldn't figure it out. Destroyed destroyed my front lip, and I destroyed one of the holders for the fog lights and stuff. But I mean, that's not a big deal. I mean, the bumper still was on, which is the crazy part. But yeah, no, it's such a cool thing. And if you guys did enjoy this video, you know, be sure to give a like and subscribe as we go on and, you know, continue this journey of drifting. It's been a good time. Thank you for checking out this DDM IRL video. This thing's freaking cool, man. Let's go.